By default, PSMA will automatically check for software updates anytime it is opened and connected to the internet. In addition, when it connects to an analyzer, it will automatically check for firmware updates for that analyzer. You can also manually check for software and firmware updates two different ways. To manually check for upgrades within PSMA, click on Settings, then Check for Upgrades. If you opt to upgrade your analyzer's firmware, make sure that you have saved all data and data setups onto your computer beforehand, because upgrading firmware will erase all the data in the meter. To manually check for upgrades to software or firmware on our website, go to PowerSight.com, hover over Support, and click Firmware/Software from the dropdown. This top table contains the PSMA software that is available for download, and down the page are firmware versions available for new analyzers and older models. You can always install the latest release of your existing software or firmware series, but to move to a higher series, you must be under a new warranty or reinstated warranty. The series is the number before the period and the first digit after the period, such as 4.1. 4.19 would be the 9th release in the 4.1 series. There is a link in this video's description on how to find if your analyzer is eligible for a new software or firmware series. We have another video on installing PSMA software onto your computer, so we're going to dedicate the rest of this video to the two ways to install firmware onto your analyzer. One way is in PSMA. After you download the firmware file from our website, go into your Check for Upgrades settings and click Install. In the pop-up window, change the firmware file to the new file you just downloaded and click Install New Firmware. Before installing, you may need to unzip the firmware file from the zip folder. The other way to install new firmware is via SD card. After you download the firmware file from our website, insert the SD card into your computer. Unzip it from the zip folder and put the file, which will be a .s19 file, in the root directory of the SD card. Turn the analyzer on and make sure that it's charging. The red light on the side of the meter verifies that it is receiving power. Then insert the SD card into the analyzer and turn the analyzer on. Press the admin button on the lower left corner several times until it asks if you want to upgrade firmware. Press yes. It will ask then if you want to upgrade the application. Press yes. If you press no, it asks if you want to upgrade the boot, and that is not something that you want to get into. At this point, the PowerSight should load the code from the SD card and then restart. To be sure it worked, turn the meter off and on, and your new firmware is now installed.